with the heat, turn it up, let it blast from the mic to the field. Yeah, we're built to outlast. Let's first on the way, we stay bringing the fire. Press play on the block, crank it up a little higher. Put it on the ground, we're raw. Just expect me, give me half a thousand. Just to put it on the ground, we're raw. Just expect me, give me half a thousand. Boys and gang, yeah, that you have to fail. Come right on me, boys and gang. It was a hill that just behind the USA. Boys hit the heat, yeah, we stay on the beat. Break it down the game from the pros to the street. Charles Jails, we are. Bringing the heat alive, so we get the vibe. Yo, Charles got the vision, always hitting precision. Beyond spitting fast like it's a heat wave mission. Yeah, guy got the joke, keeps the rules straight in. You know the plot's called, looking every episode's a hit. Sports talk, life talk, yeah, we cover it all. From the field to the studio, we answer the call. Back up to the Eagles, got the steps on deck. Rapping FFS and little rap, respect.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Shalom. Shalom. Oh, man.
Hello, you beautiful little humans.
Well, we were already out last week, so this is
Well,
more.
I've been out. I've been out for a few weeks.
We've all been out, but Paul, I mean,
You've
let's
been
just
out
break
since,
let's
like,
just break
week
right into
7.
it. You've got to be feeling.
No,
the
I've been
best
out since
of
April of last year.
Yeah, okay.
You've been going through this 48 hours of roller coaster. You've got a new coach.
Buddy, we got a new coach, possibly a new defensive coordinator, and on top of that, I just
Who's the DC?
the Dennis Allen is
I was gonna
probably
say,
going to be our DC.
Anybody
And he, as the defensive coordinator, before he took the head coaching position, the Saints, while he had his tenure there as the DC, always had a top 10 defense every year.
Well, their defense was still
Their
good.
defense wasn't the problem,
Right.
in New Orleans.
And
No.
so, and then there's talk that Hank Fraley, the offensive line coach from Detroit, is going to follow Ben Johnson and become the OC in Chicago.
I figured somebody would follow him from that tree. I just didn't. I thought maybe you'd be an assistant to an assistant. That's
Right.
cool. It's the O-line coach.
I'm like, that's the one thing we need help in the most.
Well, yeah, of course.
So, you know,
Yeah.
I'm
I mean,
like, I'm
let's be honest.
still.
As an offensive genius, he can't be any better at picking out offensive linemen and weapons than he already had.
I'm like, that's
Can't be
that,
worse.
you have to have a feeling that this is gonna work out, and it just depends. It's all gonna depend, because as good as a pickup as it is, and I'm excited about it. Don't get me wrong, I am excited about the pickup for Ben Johnson. You know, I think he's gonna do well with Caleb and the offensive weapons that we have. But again, what is Ryan Poles and Warren gonna do in the draft? Are they going to allow him to have input in the drafts within, you know, who they want to pick up in the first few rounds? Like, what is that going to look like? Because that's really going to be the story and the tell-all of what the season's going to be like. Because this time last year, again, they said that when we drafted Caleb Williams, we were going to make the playoffs. We're going to have this great year. And me, I was very not optimistic about making the playoffs.
Don't be optimistic at all. He's definitely going to have 100% input on who they're going to draft. They wouldn't have went out and got an offensive coordinator as a head coach if they weren't going to ask for his input. Because what he did with Detroit, well, hell, Charles, you wanted to bring it up. What he did with Jared Goff, considering how terrible Jared Goff is, should speak volumes for that offense.
I'm like, I think if he's able to do that with Jared Goff, as Charles has said for the last year and a half, he's a good quarterback. He's not a terrible
regular season quarterback. Yes.
Right.
He's a good regular season quarterback.
And for me, at this point, let's just have a good regular season. We just need to have a good regular season for me right now. Let's worry about the regular season. Let's not speak this hype about playoffs, winning the division, none of that crap. Because, like, let's just pump the brakes. Because again, we have the coach we need. He's bringing in the personnel that he feels like is going to be best for the Bears players. However, we still have to address the elephant in the room, which is the offensive line, period. And then bringing in the offensive line coach, as the OC could possibly help mentor these young guys to be something within the next year or two, if not, whatever. But it's just I'm not, again, I'm excited, but I'm still reserving my excitement until we see what happens in the draft and in the offseason.
Does
Because
he have a
that's a
2-year
big
window?
factor.
Does he have a 2-year window with the fans, or just a 2-year window? Period.
I think he has Caleb Williams' contract window.
It's 3 years.
I think that's his window. If I'm like, but again,
Well, just because we know how
they run.
we know how Chicago.
It's the same. It's the same shit, different day.
Well, they broke the mold.
They
by
broke the
getting better.
cycle. They broke the cycle with Eberflus and the whole middle of the season firing. But again, it's still the Bears.
So are you ready? I don't know if the world is ready yet, but I'm ready to say it now. I'm confident. I've had 2 great years on this podcast now as a Nostradamus.
All right, I'm listening.
There's something I would have rather seen from Ben than what I got in a moment.
I hear you.
So now we're very familiar with the saying, you can change the body all you want, but if you don't change the head of the snake, the poison remains, correct?
Yeah.
This Bears situation is not a body situation. It never has been. It's always been the head of the snake.
Which is the owner.
The head of the snake hasn't changed. This situation hasn't changed. The whole body is fucked, bro. Already. Ben Johnson walked into that building and everyone cheered like you won a Super Bowl. What has that guy done?
Like I said at the beginning of the show.
Lost on the biggest stages when it mattered with an elite team.
But you can't throw that entire loss on Jared Goff. That defense played like absolute dog shit.
But he also had
Kyle Shanahan. Has Kyle Shanahan had the success everyone thought he was going to have after that 28-3 fucking disaster that was Atlanta? That is the definition of who you are on the big stage. You can't tell me who you are on the big stage until you show me who you are on the big stage. This is just like Ryan Day. As much as he wants to tell everyone how great this fucking team is, if you're the only one saying that,
he's not repeating that.
But is your job not as an offensive coordinator, just as an offensive coordinator, to have the best offense? And they did that
in the regular season.
It's not to win the Super Bowl as an offensive coordinator. As a head coach, it is. But he was only the offensive coordinator.
We're talking about somebody who's never been a head coach. This is my thing. Why did the whole building clap like you like?
Well, let me ask you this.
What I would have rather seen from him.
I can say is it Chicago.
Well, no, this is what I mean though. Of course, the body's fucking terrible, but Ben doesn't realize that.
So let me ask you
Amazingly,
this.
He should have came in and told everyone to shut the fuck up and get back to work. We haven't done anything yet, and walk to his office.
So here's my issue with the
That's culture.
This is my issue, and I may be on this hill by myself with this. Okay, when it comes to head coaching positions, right? For me, it's a little fucked when it comes to these first year head coaches when they get that whole label of, well, you don't have the experience, you haven't done anything, all that crap, right? Like, that experience, I get it. I do. I understand having that head coaching experience, regardless on what level it is, whether it's college or pros.
Right?
It matters. It matters. I understand that.
Right. Well, and didn't they come out and say like they wanted experience?
But how are you supposed to gain the experience?
So you just went out and grabbed the shiny. You just went out and grabbed the. I hear what you're saying, but all they did was go out and grab the shiniest object in the room. It's the same thing they did with Caleb Williams. And look at Jaden Daniels' ball.
Well, even with the Jaden Daniels, as much as I wanted Jaden Daniels, I've said that a million times. I wanted Jaden Daniels.
Yes.
I wanted him more than anybody.
However, I don't care if it was Jaden Daniels, Deshaun Watson, or Patrick Mahomes. At the time that those guys were in the draft, with what we have in Chicago, nothing would have changed. The needle would not have moved.
This is where I'm starting to feel differently. Caleb Williams was having a hard time throwing the ball to a guy who was open. Patrick Mahomes, Jaden Daniels, they anticipate the open and throw before he gets there. That is the major difference, and that's why these players continue to be great. I hear what you're saying, and I'm definitely on board because, yes, the Bears have been a travesty, but you cannot look at this roster and go, holy shit, this is a 4-7.
I'm pretty sure Jaden Daniels could have did a whole lot of magic. Team. I know he could have did magic. Again, that is why I wanted Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, absolutely. No, absolute and totally. But again, that's my point, right? Is like Like the Bears want to say that there was this broken culture. All I see is them going into the room and grabbing the first shiniest fucking the shiniest object in the room, and then happy that they got who everybody else wanted.
It's like a monkey walking into the fruit stand.
That's why I'm
Grabs
saying
whatever the fuck he wants.
when
Right.
it comes to the Ben Johnson hiring, as much as I like it and I am for
I
it,
gave you
and
guys 6.5 minutes, by the way, before I came in with this negative cloud.
but I'm like, I totally agree.
You're not pissing rain on my day.
I am ecstatic about the hire. Do not get me
right,
wrong.
right.
However, the elephant in the room still needs to get addressed. I
Right.
need to see the personnel get drafted. I need the personnel get signed in free agency. I need to see the coaching staff make sense. And I need to see it on the field before you get me excited about winning a playoff game, making the playoffs, winning a division.
Right. Like,
we
why did
went
the whole
backwards
building-
from last
why-
year to this year.
Why did the whole building bust out in a celebratory clap when some dude who hasn't done
You
a
said it
fucking
earlier.
thing?
It's a shiny new toy.
I mean, it's like, Jesus fucking Christ, you all are adults making 6 figures or more. What the fuck? And Ben, this is to Ben. How dare you? What have you done?
I'm waiting for April to get here to see what happens. Hell, not even April. I'm waiting until February when the free agency starts to see what we make. Because again, we may not have the biggest pockets right now, but we got $66 million in the bank. We could do something, and then the draft can be the last pieces to help Caleb feel comfortable behind that line. You know, he got sacked over 60 something times.
Oh, he needs a left tackle
and a center.
And a center, probably. I mean, you got to
And
protect at least one
listen,
blind
we need.
side.
I know for a fact we need a center and a right guard.
Why his sack numbers are so terrible?
Because he won't let go of the ball.
Is because there are some holes in your offensive line, but when you get sacked over 50 times, that's a fucking quarterback issue. Not so much a massive offensive line issue.
The amount of
The
times
football
that
I've
this
watched
man
today
is holding this ball, and this is my thing. If you're running around to keep the play open, cool, fine, whatever.
Right,
But if after 2 or 3 seconds you're running around back there and you can't make a play, you can't run the ball to get 3-4 yards, throw it away.
Yeah, and we don't need to.
It's not rocket science,
right? And we have beat that fucking horse dead on this show. This is what confuses me. Ben Johnson has such a complex system, and he's going to a guy who had a hard time throwing to an open receiver. I just don't know. I don't know how you fix that.
He will not have a complex system going in Chicago.
I don't know.
But I agree with you.
I know. He's
But
he's not going to be able to.
Yeah. Ben's system was only magical because of the complexity.
And
the complexity is what creates the openings, but you can't see the opening. You have to know the opening.
And this is the thing. We have the weapons to fit his offense.
Right.
We do. It's just making sure Caleb knows how to run this offense efficiently like golf to at least look like he's progressing offensively in this game. Because you're in a fast-paced offense at this point now.
Right.
You have to get rid of this ball within 2 to 3 seconds.
Right.
And he still thinks it's college out there 90% of the time.
You got to run around. You got to get that mindset going.
Oh, guy's magically going to run himself open. No, in the NFL, defenders can defend for more than 3-4 fucking seconds. They're out there.
They will shut all that down.
Right.
Yeah.
Like there are games in the NFL.
It's called coverage sacks in the NFL. You don't see too many of those in college.
No. There are games in the NFL where you look at it and you're like, damn, that team got their ass beat. For example, Detroit versus Tennessee this year. What did Detroit put 60 on them or some shit like that?
50, I think 51.
Got their fucking ass beat, right? But now, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But a majority of Green Bay's NFC North losses were due to the play on Green Bay's side more than the play of the opponent they were facing.
Hell, you could say the same thing for Chicago Bears losses.
Well, yes, yeah, absolutely. Yes.
I don't think anybody technically got blown out in our division games.
No.
Anybody.
No. Well, no, absolutely not. But
outside of Minnesota the last week.
Now you turn the switch on, right? You turn the switch on, and let's say these teams do what they were supposed to do.
Right.
Okay.
So the division is looking different.
I mean, it extremely different. But these are a bunch of woulda, coulda, shouldas. But again, for me, analytically, looking at this situation, that is what concerns me the most about the Bears. right? It's not that are they going to win football games next year? I don't think they're going to get more than 8. I really don't. And I think maybe the second year, depending on how the first year's off-season pickups go, maybe the second year you get to more around 10 wins. But Green Bay's better. Detroit does have a culture. I don't know what that's going to be, but they have a good football team. So
you're losing you're losing your two main. You're losing your two lieutenants basically, in Glenn and Ben Johnson.
I think they'll be okay because they'll keep the offense intact. But it's not
going to be interesting how they bounce back.
In the next couple years, you're definitely going to see a falling off, and it's going to be significant.
And then we don't know what's happening in Minnesota in the quarterback position right now.
I think there's going to be an excuse for the fall off next year because of the offensive coordinator.
Well, yeah, they are not. They're not.
That's going to be That's going to be the
no.
new norm.
Yeah.
You're talking 9 to 11 games, and 11 games is going to be a fucking great year, and that's.
Listen, I'll take that.
That's crazy. Well, that's for Detroit. I'm telling you right now, like Chicago.
Listen,
to me,
I'm in the same boat that I was last year.
I think Minnesota Minnesota, if they do keep Darnold, will still have a little bit of success. They're keeping that coordinator. They have fantastic defensive coordinator.
Are they going to lose Brian Flores though? That's
their coach is very good.
I don't know. I don't know if he probably has one more year. That Miami sting is still in the mouth.
Yeah.
And like the shit Tua just said this year isn't making it much better.
No, I
I'm like, he still has a good job there in Minnesota, regardless. Even if he doesn't get a job in the next year or two, I'm like, you still have a good job in Minnesota.
This could be Eric Bieniemy all fucking over again. Y'all have to realize.
Listen, and that man still doesn't have a job in the NFL.
And he still doesn't have a job. If you are not a people person, it doesn't matter how well you know the X and O's. You ain't gonna fucking get it, and that could be.
And
Brian
he's
Flores.
barely making it in college as an OC.
So here's the question. Here's a coach that his name kept getting thrown around, and I get it. They're still in the playoffs. They're going for the three-peat. But Steve Spagnuolo, it's like this guy deserves to be a head coach in the NFL. Like, why has he not gotten this opportunity? It just blows my mind.
Is it
year after
his
year
choice?
after year, top 10 defense,
But is
top
it
10
his
defense,
choice?
top 10 defense.
I think it's a his choice thing. I think he's.
Well, right,
going
I
now,
get
though.
that, but at some point, don't you? He's not getting any younger.
Has his name ever been tossed around the last couple of years?
Yes, every year.
But so then, if it's getting tossed around and he's not getting a job, it may be a him thing right now.
Well, it could be an opportunity thing. Do you think he could
Maybe
be one
on
of
the
those
right
guys
job?
that doesn't want to go to a place where A, he doesn't want to live there, B, he doesn't like the fans. It's just not a good fit for him.
And he
a lot
probably
of
doesn't
this
want a
has to do
project
with a
job.
mental thing. You don't want to get these coaches can get depressed just like players by going into a bad situation and feeling stressed out. It's a given.
And
There's
he
been
may not want a
coaches
project job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was Gruden, I think, that flat out said, he goes, that was just a terrible coaching job, and I should never have taken it.
So I'm like, maybe, like you said, he's waiting on that right opportunity to present itself.
Let's be honest. Who the fuck wants the Jets job?
Not Aaron Glenn, apparently.
Aaron Glenn.
You think Aaron Glenn?
He's either going to the Jets or he's going to the Saints. That's the only two teams that are tied to his name right now.
Correct myself on the show. I think a couple weeks ago I might have said something about, maybe it was last week. Deion Sanders did not get flown in by Jerry Jones to go to Dallas. Apparently Deion was just going to Dallas to check out the venue.
Doesn't he have a home there?
Yeah, he might. I mean, he did play in Dallas, for fuck's sake. So,
but his kids grew up there and they played high school ball.
They played ball in Texas, but I don't know if it's Dallas. It might be somewhere. It might be Fort Worth.
I just don't see him getting that.
It's
job.
all
Him going to Dallas makes.
He's not going to Dallas.
Logically, it makes no fucking sense.
Here's the thing: college coaches don't do NFL well.
Most of them.
I don't think there's ever.
There's a handful that you could say yes, but you're right. Most of them, they end up going back to college because
they ain't alive today.
Well, I'm like, what's his name? Harbaugh. He's done good on.
Harbaugh.
Well, I think you're talking.
an NFL coach.
I think you're talking about
go back to
the coach for the Seahawks. There,
even Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll's pretty much is probably the one that I can think of.
It doesn't happen often. It doesn't.
Bill Parcells didn't Bill Parcells have success both in college?
There was also a Brown, an individual named Brown.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very unlikely for a college.
Sustained.
Right. Yeah. So my point with that is like I'm over those conversations. Right. This is like NFL to college, okay. But enough of this. Oh, this college coach has got to leave college to go to the NFL. It's a totally different fucking game.
Again,
okay.
These are some grown ass adults that their egos are a whole lot bigger.
You're throwing a football. And you're playing with a football. That's the only fucking thing you're doing the same. Everything else is different, right? And if you don't know that, well, go read some books. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know what you want.
I don't know what to tell you, right? Like Ryan Day is not going to make a good pro coach.
He barely makes a good college
What's
coach.
that Notre Dame coach?
Marcus Freeman.
Marcus Freeman, great fucking guy. Probably not an NFL guy. Like, come on, let's be honest. There are things you see.
Nick Saban sucked as an NFL coach.
Absolutely. But
who's the guy for Ole Miss? Lane Kiffin or whatever his name.
Yeah.
Terrible head coach in the pros.
Name Kipken.
Yeah, Kiffin.
But he does okay in college.
So like that's clickbait. That's for people to get to chit chat and talk
It's
about.
terrible. Yeah.
Very rarely does it happen. Very rarely is it going to happen. And again, too, like let's back to reality. In the 100-year lifespan of this NFL, a rookie quarterback has never started in the Super Bowl. That's not because it's going to change eventually, right? Like that shit just doesn't happen because the game is so fucking different. And for people who have never played it or have never been there, it's probably hard for them to understand that.
I mean, like they say, it's hard to get to one, let alone win one.
Right.
And then to say that, Jaden Daniels is on the cusp of making history, and it's not saying that he can't do it because he's beaten the Eagles before. You know what I'm saying? Let's not get carried away.
Absolutely.
But the likelihood, it's not the longest shot. But let's not just put all the eggs in one basket on him.
Like these people on television are getting paid millions of dollars for a reason. They're different than us. They are different than most other people.
And most of them have played this game for a long time and have been there.
In a situation where you would shit your pants, they are enjoying the moment, right? Like that. It is
your mental is different than
way different. Okay, but the only way you can achieve that type of mentality is to get there and grow.
Yeah.
And that's why it takes such a hard time. It's just, it's like everything you do in life, you don't fucking pick up anything and you're a goddamn expert at it, except maybe dick in your mouth or food on a plate.
Well, even with the dick in the mouth, that might take a little practice.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not a pro, but I'm just saying.
You know the two youngest players to ever start a Super Bowl are, though?
Who?
Dan Marino is number one, 23
Nice.
years old. And the number two behind him by like 13 days or 15 days, Brock Purdy. Yeah. And that wasn't even his rookie. Obviously, neither one of those are
what do
rookie
they have in
seasons,
common?
but-
No rings.
No rings.
Yeah, but they did. But they did get there early.
But that's not taken away from their ability as the quarterback.
Dan Marino was just way too loyal to Miami, and that's the reason why he never won a Super Bowl. It is not because Dan Marino was not
No.
a good quarterback.
If anybody says Dan Marino is trash, you just live under a rock.
Just a terrible opportunities. I mean, back then players were a lot more loyal to their team.
And it was harder to move around like that.
Yeah, there wasn't contracts being floated. People didn't get traded very often back then.
And free agency didn't exist like that. People didn't, like you said, people didn't move like that.
No.
Now, to wrap up the Bears thing, I don't want it to seem like I was just straight shitting on the Bears.
No, these are facts.
Yeah, there's just nothing on the table for me right now that says, "Oh yeah, no, they changed their fucking ways." Right? Like,
listen,
other than
you put a different coat on.
Yeah.
Well, all they changed was pen to paper, suit and tie.
You went from a Macy's outlet store to a fucking Macy's store. That's what you did.
But the price is the price.
Well, like Charles said, the price just got more expensive because you went from the outlet to the main
store. So now
the discounts is gone.
Y'all gonna eat it on the ticket prices because how do billionaires become billionaires?
By you making you spend more money,
spending other people's money. Exactly. How am I going to spend other people's money by raising my fucking ticket prices? You want this guy?
Ask the Detroit Lions.
Prices. Look at the Detroit Lions now.
That was an insane price for a divisional game.
$885 for the average ticket price.
That's which means like 8 years ago they went 0-17 for fuck's sake.
I hear you, but I'm like, this is a divisional game. It's not even the conference championship game.
Nosebleed tickets were like $300.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Nosebleed tickets were like $300.
Detroit is one of the places in probably the whole NFL that it wouldn't matter what they raise the ticket price to. Those people have been through hell. They're going to that game.
I would just like to point out how right I was with Detroit being one and done.
The whole division was one and done.
That was yesterday. That was last week's episode. And
I was on. I got to fix my camera.
That's fine. That was last week's episode, and that was hilarious. I was hoping and praying. I said, if there was I believe I said, if there's a football god, you will allow the NFC North to go 0. And it happened.
I called it well before the game started. I knew after I looked that stat up that the Detroit Lions are like 2-19 versus mobile quarterbacks. And you brought this up on like a podcast like over a year ago about Detroit versus mobile quarterbacks.
Mobile quarterbacks when they were
Lamar Jackson played him twice,
Jackson
and I believe he had like 500 passing yards,
shit out of him,
300 rushing yards versus him.
Everybody wants to talk about what Colin Kaepernick did to us. Lamar did to
basically
Detroit.
exactly the same thing, if not worse.
It would have been way worse.
And the Bills almost cost them themselves that game by giving them too much time on the clock.
Well, let's be honest. Listen, if Baltimore knew how to hold on to the ball, it would be a completely different story.
I know
it sucks for Lamar Jackson.
I know Andrews is just probably still sulking to this day.
Well, to be honest, you're walking backwards. That
the snow didn't help.
I blame Andrews for backpedaling. It wasn't a bad throw by Lamar. He lofted the fucking ball to him. It wasn't like a hard pass.
You would be surprised how many people I've seen, how many clips I've seen since that day, since Sunday night, that said that Lamar underthrew. Andrews.
No, he didn't underthrow.
I'm like, are you? It was literally in his hands.
These are things. Hey, guess what? Somebody
like, what are you talking? Like, what game were you watching?
The one thing you're supposed to do
is fucking lose the game. So
put it in a bread basket.
Need to get over it. Yeah.
If you watch the slow mo, he literally put both his hands on the ball and he just didn't hold on to it.
It's you know what it is? It's called fucking gravity, and it brought him backwards.
And here's the kicker, right? Dude gets paid millions of dollars. He should have caught it. He needs to either lose money in a contract because he can't be trusted in those. Well, he was trusted in all the other big moments. That's what you've done for me. Then,
but at the moment that I need you,
excuses, Charles.
You dropped the ball.
You dropped the ball. Like, this is who you are now. Who you are now is not a fucking $17 million player. You're a $9 million player.
And this is the thing they're talking about. That this was on Andrews and this is not on Lamar. Like, that's not true, because Lamar had turnovers just as much that were costly.
Oh, very much so.
So don't. I'm not saying that it's all on him.
Right. I mean,
but he gets some of the blame too.
If they would have just kicked a field goal on the last touchdown, not the last touchdown, but the touchdown before that, instead of trying to go for 2,
field goal. Yeah.
They would have only had to kick a field goal to tie the fucking game. It was stupid for them to go for, and that play call was dumb anyways. Both play calls are dumb.
Yeah.
But
it's the coulda, woulda, shoulda thing, and
it is,
But I get where you're
now
going.
Lamar gets more of a he can't close the game.
I don't disagree with you, but arguably this one isn't on Lamar.
I'm not saying that it's all on Lamar.
I know. I don't think it is at all.
Like, I definitely feel like the way
one
that
fumble was shit,
but the way that it ended, Lamar did everything he was supposed to get his team down to the end zone.
Yeah,
he did everything.
Yeah, it came down to 6 inches from a tight end's foot and
a drop ball.
A dropped ball by a tight end.
You start your season with the most shittiest way to lose, and you end your season with the most shittiest way to lose.
Both to tight ends.
Both of your star tight ends cost you 2 major games.
Yeah,
that could have shifted your whole season.
There might be 60 minutes of football, but again, you played 59 minutes to get there, and you're tight.
When I tell you, I'm not going to sleep if I was Andrews, because that's haunting me.
Oh, but side note, I wouldn't give a fuck. Do you understand the check still clears on Friday, whether I fuck
Abso-freaking-lutely.
The check will still clear next week. The check will clear after that. If you want to talk to me about less money, maybe
talk to my assistant to set up a meeting.
But go set up a meeting with my agent. I'm about to call him so he can start testing the waters to see if I need to ask you for more or if we take what you first give us. Right? Like, okay, so whatever you're doing out there as a fan, like, I don't fucking care. I got a buttload of money.
Yeah, was that Matthew Stafford's last game in LA?
I'm like, he hinted on it. Him and his wife, they made an IG post that they don't know what they're gonna do. So I don't know.
I think he wants to. I think
it's either he's retiring or he's out of LA.
I don't think
he looks like he wants to be a sportscaster.
Yeah,
he looks the part.
He looks like. I mean, he left Detroit and became a plastic Barbie doll.
I'm like, he looks like the Fox version of Tom Brady, not Tom Brady, of Tony Romo.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, I
know?
can see that. I can see him going and being sportscaster or whatever. You do you. Get your money. Do
I
whatever
mean, he
you
got
want.
his Super Bowl. He's going into the Hall of Fame. He's had a Hall of Fame career. There's no reason why, like, if he walks away now, that he should feel bad about his career. Like, he's had a great career.
No.
So I gotta ask you guys too. Do you like hearing Tom Brady in the booth?
It's better than Collinsworth.
Yeah.
I hate him. And between him and Tony Romo, I'd rather listen to Tom Brady. At least with him
Yeah.
and KB,
Yeah.
it's kind of
To be honest,
entertaining.
there really isn't anybody better you can put in there.
But this
I
is a
mean,
Super Bowl commentating team that we're gonna
yeah.
have.
Yeah, I know. It is. It.
Tom
I
Brady's
think.
got the Super Bowl?
He's their main guy, and it's on Fox.
No. I think what you're asking is, should
Dude.
we? How much can we tolerate of him?
I'm like,
Yeah, no, I'm already over Tom Brady.
Yeah. I was
Just
like,
so we're all on the same page.
I get about 20
When-
minutes, and I got to turn the volume
When
down.
when
so.
he gets schoolboy giddy over random things, like that's weird. And
listen, there's
Like-
nobody. Listen, I'm just
He
glad.
wants to still play
listen,
though. That's part
I'm
of the
just
problem.
glad that we don't got to hear Chris Collinsworth for the.
I don't
till
know.
next year.
It's weird, but this is one of those moments where I bitched about something, and now this is what I get. So I can't bitch about Brady, but
For 10 years at least,
I
you
miss
got to deal with Brady.
I miss Collinsworth. Let's just throw this out there.
No way. There's
Yeah,
no way.
Sorry, that's
I'd
weird.
rather have Greg Olson before
And
Collinsworth.
he was ruined after that Madden, right? Like Collinsworth, it was terrible after that Madden.
I'd rather have Greg Olson than Chris Collinsworth.
I would rather have Greg Olson than the whole group.
Yeah, bring back what's his face there from.
Greg Olson is way better.
Or would you rather have old Troy back?
I mean, if we could really go back in time, Paul, who I really want is Al Michaels and fucking John Madden. That's what
That was the
why
super
can they
team
not
to me.
AI these two people back into it? I really don't give a shit. You mean you got goddamn SpongeBob and shit out here calling the game? Why can't I have
Not
John
even
Madden
that.
and Al Michaels?
You got how many Nickelodeon
Is
games did we
this
have?
something that I shouldn't be able to have? I want this in my life right now. Someone make it
So
happen.
if you had to rank off, I'm gonna say I think there's 5. You got
I don't
the
care.
top 5, right? You got
I am-
Romo and
come
whatever
on.
his name is. I can't remember his name. The guy that Romo plays with, that commentates with. You got
Oh, don't ask me. I'll
I
fucking
don't
know.
know. You got you got Al and Kurt on Prime.
See, I like the Thursday Night Prime crew.
It's entertaining.
Yeah, I like I like Thursday Night Football more than the rest of the football. The production.
I don't from the pregame to the postgame, the
Yep.
end game, all of it is great.
Yep, I like.
I have no.
what they've done.
They did
It's good.
have problems picking games sometimes. I'm like, y'all jokers need to figure this out.
Yeah, no, the scheduling and everything and how they play on Thursday, that's a completely different scenario.
But the staff itself,
The production, A plus. Yeah.
I would say I like Greg Olson if I could. I'm like I would have went. But we know why they picked Tom Brady because it's Tom
Here's
Brady.
the thing. It's not my fucking job to pick the next guy. It's not my job to know anything. It's arguably it doesn't even matter if I like you or not, but
Right.
I'm not going to watch as many games on Fox because of him. I don't know. There's got to be a way for us to like
Substitute the audio.
yeah. I
Like,
bet he'd be funny in Spanish. Dubbed in
There's
Spanish.
probably a way to do that.
Oh yeah, no, you just push the Espanol button. It's ESP, I think, with a little wavy line.
I thought it was SAP.
No, SAP?
Yeah, that's what they call it. Listen, I could be wrong. I don't know.
SAP?
And
No,
speaking in Spanish,
maybe that's
like
Pip.
when I be listening to Spanish videos and I be laughing and my wife looks at me funny, she's like, "How does your brain switch?" Bro, I don't know. It just does.
Yeah.
Well, like this one
It's,
here.
it's
See,
weird.
here we
Language
go.
is weird.
Wow.
What are we doing? I feel like he's throwing a curveball. That was the most beautiful thing I ever heard in my
See,
life.
there you go. It doesn't see why can they not come up with that? Like we can just have Al Michaels and John Madden calling the game, and I don't give a shit if it sounds terrible.
Like
It's
you're
gonna sound
telling
way
me
better than what's going
you
on.
can
in the
make
game.
your GPS sound like whoever you want. Hell, you can
No,
put
all
your
right.
own voice on your GPS.
So check
But you
this out.
can't do AI on,
No,
on
yes,
live
they
television.
can. There's vocal
That's-
synthesization, like synthesization. Synthesization. I can't even fucking say the word. All right.
That one
Anyway,
word.
your voice can be synthesized
He is struggling
into
with this word.
somebody else's voice just by you talking through the microphone. It goes through AI, it gets translated. It's gonna come out with whoever else's voice, but with your words. So that somebody could literally just be the biggest NFL nerd ever calling the game.
So you would pick Al and John Madden if you
Yeah,
could pick
and
anybody.
then just
What would you pick, Charles?
I'm not high enough to be on this train. I don't even know what the fuck you guys are talking about. All right.
Well, he's over. He's
If you
trying to
could,
bring back
if you could
he's-
pick two people to AI
Listen,
over,
you've explained it twice already. I know
anybody
what you're
but Joe Buck.
no, that is not what I want.
I don't want any of that.
I said anybody but Joe Buck.
No, I was just saying, I'm sick of fucking Tom Brady. I wasn't
You're
trying to
sick
get,
of Tom Brady. I'm sick of Collinsworth.
I wasn't trying to get like robots to take over. I don't
want
care
robots
who
to take
replaces
over.
them.
Well, you were
Dude's
trying to get robots to take over. You want robots to do the umpiring in sports. So you definitely want the robots to take over. Baseball's gotta be.
That has to do with money. Their fucking
Speaking of
voices
which,
have nothing to do with the money.
Speaking of which, is baseball going to be the first one that's going to be taken over by AI?
I don't even
has-
know.
it has to be
I'm not
baseball.
watching baseball this year.
If
I know. I know.
if
I'm just
see
saying
a robot-
hypothetically, it's gotta be
If I see a
baseball.
robot behind the plate,
Right.
No. It doesn't even. Why does it have to be behind the plate? Video
else you
can
gonna put
analyze
them?
every.
You guys realize it's already in the ballpark.
Yeah,
right?
video can analyze.
I know the
anything.
minor leagues already have it in play.
No, in the major league ballparks, it's already there.
I'm
All of the
Yeah, they have
equipment
camera
is-
tracking on the ball.
all of
Like,
it's
So
already
why are
there.
these
Yeah.
umpires still making terrible calls?
because it's fucking
Because
the
of the
human
union.
error has to be involved in it because of the what do you call it? The union,
Right.
players union.
But no, I mean, my reason for not watching baseball until they put a salary cap has everything to do with that Jack Flaherty, right? Where he came out today and was like, all these people upset about the Dodgers should be mad about other teams not doing enough.
That's not the
And
not
it's
the
like,
case.
whoa, bro. Like, there's no competitive balance in baseball like that. It's pointless. Like,
Yeah, you're telling me that a team like what's a shitty team that doesn't pay a lot of money like Oakland. You're
or
telling me
Las
Oakland
Vegas.
needs to just pony up $1 billion payroll so they can go out and win
But
75.
you also have an owner
games?
that doesn't want to spend money at the same time, so that hurts you twice as much. But I get what you're saying.
even if the owner wanted to spend money, what did it matter? What does it matter? Like, so according to Jack, baseball players should be getting paid billions of dollars
I'm like, they're going that way. Hell,
because there's no competitive, like, because
You know,
no other team wants to be
This
competitive.
sounds like a disgruntled player who never got the contract he thought he
He
deserved.
plays on the Dodgers.
No, I know, I get that, but I'm saying he
He
feels
just
like he's
won a
never got the
fucking-
contract he thinks he deserves.
He just won a World Series.
Well, right.
It can't. He's an up and comer from Detroit.
You
bro.
want a salary cap put on
He,
baseball?
he just got traded to the Dodgers like
Yeah,
last
this year, yeah,
or
he
this
didn't
year.
make the money off the Dodgers.
So
As
you
matter
want
of
a
fact, he
salary
probably
cap
made
on
more money
baseball,
from the
Charles?
Tigers.
Is that what you want to
Yes,
see?
there needs to be a salary cap in baseball. It's one of the only sports without one.
That's
Yeah,
the only
he made
sport that I know
14.
that
He
doesn't
made
have
14 million this year. So he's not.
Yeah. No, he's not hurting at all.
No.
No, he literally just that's why I said he's just being a jackass. Surprise.
I'm with you because Juan Soto just signed. What was his contract for? Like what, 13, 14 years for like almost 600 million?
Yeah.
Like that's ridiculous. And he's only what, like 24, 25? He's like 26
he's about to Miguel Cabrera the shit out of the fucking Mets.
and not gonna go anywhere. And
No,
he's
I-
gonna
Can
be
I-
mid.
You want it? All right, I'll give it to you. Juan Soto,
And you went
Mets.
to the other side.
Juan Soto, Mets, number one biggest contract of all time this year. 15 years, 765. Number two, Shohei Ohtani, last year, 10 years, 700 million. Guess who number three? Aaron Judge, 2023, 9 years, 360 million. If you guys noticed that a lot of these are in the last like 3 or 4 years, of course they are, because baseball is just getting absolutely ridiculous with payroll. Bryce Harper is number 4, by the way.
When you buy a championship, I don't care. Let's just be honest.
No, I don't care either. No.
I don't care when you buy, whether it's my team or not. Like, okay, this season's over. You didn't earn it. You bought it. There's nothing.
And the
more
Yankees
with
have
that.
been doing that for how long?
I don't even. Yeah. I don't know.
And
Yeah.
like since they three-peated back in the early '90s, I think Eric Rodriguez, he got how many mega contracts with the Yankees? At least 3, upwards into the $250-300 million, and it's like you've gotten one title,
Yeah.
which arguably you should have had more. And even now, you got Stanton, you got Judge, you got all these people on these team on the Yankees. You had Soto last year, and you couldn't even win a
They do
World
not
Series.
care. Charles and I brought up their revenue
And it's
sharing,
annoying.
all this stuff. It's insane. The Yankees, the Dodgers, Boston. I mean,
All these major market teams.
all these teams, they could lose for the next 25 years. They're still going to be they're going to be swimming in Scrooge McDuck money like forever. It doesn't matter.
And it leaves teams like the lower teams, like the Marlins, the Rays, that can't compete with that.
No.
Here's the thing. To me, it's not about that. I don't care. I don't care if you're going to make money, if you're going to lose money. I don't give two fucking shits about that.
Right.
I'm not going to root for something that's a greedy as fuck, no holds bar, fake ass competitive league.
Yeah.
And if you don't have some type of salary cap that stops this fucking, it's what killed the NBA. Right? I mean, it's like it so much so that now there's a rule that you can't have 3 max players on a fucking team anymore. Right? Like you just have to do
not
it.
only that, we've got games where it's like 135-78 in the NBA. Your worst team one night will just literally just lay down and let a team score.
Because they can't do shit.
Yeah, 'cause they just
Absolutely.
don't care. Yeah.
So I mean, it's literally going to be baseball. Like, unless you're a crazy as fuck Dodgers fan.
We're gonna start seeing like the Dodgers play like the Miami Marlins on a Thursday night. And it's all of a sudden it's a series and they've scored 75 runs in the series, and you guys are shrug your shoulders like, yeah, well, Miami sucks,
But that's
what
still
they're going to say.
insane.
Oh, Miami's terrible. No,
Yeah.
Miami doesn't have a $6 billion fucking roster.
Yeah.
Or $1 billion roster. Like, I was being dramatic with $6 billion. I'm being real with over $1 billion.
Well, no,
I think the Yankees are worth I think it's like $2.5 billion that the Yankees roster is worth.
Since 2014. No, it's since 2014 they've spent $4 billion on payroll.
And they've gotten nothing.
In 10 years, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Well, it might not be 10 years they spent that much, but they keep signing contracts. It keeps extending the amount of money that they're going to owe, maybe potentially out to $4 billion, which is ridiculous.
And it's cool. And again,
Yeah, good for them. They keep
cool.
filling the seats, but like
cool.
I said,
That's awesome.
I don't want to watch it.
But I'm not going to watch. Like, I'm not going to. Like, I don't live in New York. I don't live in LA. I'm not going to watch it. Am I going to go to a Brewers game? Yes, but I'm not going to a Brewers game against the Dodgers.
It's not going to be fun.
It's not going to be fun. Like, nothing about that's fun. I have to drive 93 miles to sit and watch
See my team get smacked around.
Get my team get smacked by $1 billion roster. It's fucking stupid.
I'm going to put this in perspective for you. This is wild. The Los Angeles Dodgers have the highest payroll in Major League Baseball 2025. Payroll is $247,966,665. While the average payroll in Major League Baseball is what? What do you think the average payroll is?
93.
You said wait. What did you say that was?
Average.
No. The Dodgers
248 million.
Okay, we'll say 250. And the average, I want to say maybe 115.
You're right. You're closer. It's 120. It went up. It was 118 or 100.
Of course, it's going to go up.
The discrepancy in that is
double.
ridiculous.
It's double.
Like, that's wild.
That's literally 2 baseball teams.
Yes, and do you know what the Yes, 2 average baseball teams.
That's 2 baseball teams.
Yeah.
Their luxury tax is higher than half of the league's payroll combined.
And they don't care because they can afford it.
What is the point of this? That's my question. What's the point? Right? Like,
when you
Rob
find
wants
that
to put in a
know.
golden fucking baseball bat, but nobody wants to talk about a salary cap to make the league competitive. You want to keep LA happy, which, by the way, like, you can miss me with all this give me money shit. Go fuck off with Hollywood. North Carolina needs it way more. And I'm firmly on that fucking page. So you can eat the fart out my ass. Email me all the fuck you want.
You know who the first person to make over $1 million in Major League Baseball was? It was a pitcher.
1922.
No. To make over $1 million a year. The first player in Major League Baseball
Who?
is a pitcher.
Greg
What do you think it was?
Maddox.
Roger Clemens?
Close. Nolan Ryan.
Nolan
That-
Ryan.
that
I
was
was way
in the
closer than
70s.
you. I was way closer than you.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
that's
that
what,
back
like
then, that was-
70s? That's 70s, right?
Yeah,
Early
that was crazy.
70s?
But that was probably early in his career.
And guess who he played for?
The Stros.
Texas Rangers.
Or was it
Was
the
it?
Rangers or the Stros?
I don't remember.
Nolan Ryan?
He played for
Yeah.
the Stros, right?
No. I'm pretty
Beginning?
sure he played for the Dodgers
Texas.
and Texans.
Texas. When did Nolan Ryan make $1 million
Please.
a year? Dun, 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 dun. 1979, November. He was signed to a 4-year, $4 million
He
plus
did play for them.
incentive contract. Wow, that's just to
What
put that
year?
in perspective. In 1979, he signed a 4-year, $4 million contract.
That's with the Angels.
That is crazy. That's crazy.
I told you it was LA, motherfuckers.
Well, technically,
I get it.
California. No,
I
I'm
get
not saying
that.
that he was wrong.
I'm just, man, the inflation is just.
I just don't remember him in my brain. My brain doesn't remember him playing for the Angels. My brain remembers him playing for the Mets, the Stros, and
If you look at his
and the
baseball
Rangers.
card, I think he played for quite a few teams.
he only played for
towards
4.
the end. Yeah, those must be minor league teams that he was rehabbing on or something. He's
Right.
got some like Biloxi or some weird things on this.
But
card.
yeah, that's wild. That's 9.
No,
that was.
Well, I guess back in the day to fill the
That wasn't
stat
even
sheet,
that
they just
long
put
ago,
the
really.
league
That's
games
crazy
on
thing.
there. Yeah.
Yeah,
I can
but-
see why the salary cap can piss you off now, and because I've always hated it when teams like New York, L.A., like these major market teams always would stack their teams, like they would steal their players from other teams, and Boston, I got to throw you in that mix too because you're one of those major market teams.
Well, the other thing with baseball now too, and it's more and more becoming this, like, you have to pay to watch it no matter where you are, be it at home or
Yeah, no more open market for baseball.
Yeah,
We're
so like
revenue sharing.
you're asking me to pay to watch
A
this?
blowout.
Oh fuck no! You're fucking crazy.
I'll wait till it's on my local channel.
It
never will be.
It would never
Well,
will
then
be.
I guess I'll just watch the highlights as
That's
I
what
go
I'm
through
saying. It's
social
I
like,
media.
guess
all right,
just
cool.
to watch baseball. Period. Just say fuck that.
No, there is literally nothing as the consumer driving me towards baseball this year.
No, none.
You've made the bases ridiculous. People are stealing 100 times. Pitchers don't even fucking care anymore. Like
And
they
then
don't
and you're constantly checking these pictures for everything.
for absolutely everything. I mean,
And
it's
it's just-
Well, I don't get it to check him every inning, the beginning of the game, and then when they go out, when they're done pitching for the.
You mean to tell me that they're in the dugout fucking cheating?
with
Yeah,
cameras
like the
everywhere.
dude's- Like the
There's
dude's
cameras
got
everywhere.
Vaseline on his testicles, and he's just rubbing
Right.
it in there in
Like,
between
okay,
innings.
the
Yeah,
Astros
come on.
figured it
No,
out. Now you don't want to get
who
fucked
was it?
anymore.
Was it Max
Right.
Scherzer when they checked him that one year and he's
Oh,
like, he
sure.
started just
It was last year.
pulling out
wasn't
his
it, or the year
pants and he's
before?
like, "You want to check my pants too?"
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
I would
it's
start.
stupid.
You know what? Fuck it. Just start taking your pants off. You got
I
to
mean, for Paul Skeens to get the Rookie of the Year, that was dumb. I mean, he played like fucking 12 games, right? Like, what the fuck?
It was
a
this
flash
is
in the
a-
pan.
Hey, this is all
Are you
it's all
kidding
about
me?
sports cards because they want a superstar. They've got to push it, and they wanted this one of one sports card. You saw the hoopla all over it about them trying to like buy the card. The team was trying to buy the card from whoever got it. Who the fuck wants tickets for life to the fucking Pittsburgh Pirates? Come on.
Yeah, no, I mean, not
No.
only that, it's, I mean, that's a whole other conversation. That has to do with Fanatics and
Yeah.
FanDuel and all that motherfuckers. The SGC, PGA, all them. Like, it's getting real bad. It's funny. But I don't know, like that again. Like, I mean, I don't care if he had like 14 starts. I think it was 13, 14 starts.
I think it was
like,
13.
Yeah, like, I mean, I'm a huge Jackson Cheerio fan. I mean, I don't know if you remember the baseball; it's right there. Regardless, like, I still think Jackson Merrill should have won that fucking Rookie of the Year award. Like, the dude balled out all 182 games, right? Like that should be taken into consideration. This dude came out for 7 games, threw over 100 miles an hour, then barely touched 100 again. He didn't even play a full fucking season. He was already tired, bro.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, you're giving this dude the rookie of the year? What a fucking joke!
Oh no, he played.
Baseball's just
He started 23 games.
Skeensy.
Yeah, he had 23 games. He only won 11, and he went 11-3. They shut him down at the end of the season. I thought they didn't start him until they started him early. I blame more of that on
They started him late.
started him. I blame that on Pittsburgh though. Like they always do that shit to the rookies.
He was still in the minor leagues, bro,
Yeah,
for a couple months of the season.
I mean 2024, 15 quality starts. I mean I don't know. It's hard. I mean to be honest, you should always give that award to somebody who played an entire season. I believe that.
Yes, I do too. But I don't know. There's a lot wrong with baseball. So instead of bitching about it, I'm just not going to talk about it much. I mean, there's not a lot. You don't allow a competitive edge. In fact, for the most part, there are going to be more people watching to see if they lose than watching their team play.
Right.
That doesn't sound like a very competitive fan base attraction. That sounds pompous to me.
There's gonna be plenty of them in the next like 4 or 5 years. I think people are just gonna give up on baseball altogether. To be honest with you.
Oh my god, October baseball is so great. No, it's the same fucking teams every year.
Yeah, same. Well, every now and then you'll sprinkle in a team. Guess what? That team gets eliminated, and it's just we got Yankees versus Dodgers coming up
Nobody
next
cares.
on ESPN Radio.
No, nobody cares. No, nobody cares.
Yeah.
No.
Oh shit.
No. Oh, Yankees and Dodgers was the most World Series since baseball was actually good.
It was not that great.
But it wasn't that great. You had more eyeballs on the television.
Good for you.
What the fuck?
That did nothing for me.
No, it did nothing for your sport.
No.
Right? Like you just got LA and New York playing against each other now.
You drive eyeballs to the TV by making things interesting for people. You gotta catch people off guard every now and then. Like the NBA doesn't even do it anymore. Like,
But this is the thing.
Well, you're not going to feel the effects of this until people like LeBron James is gone. Like the NBA is going to struggle when LeBron leaves. Like most of them eyeballs.
Like
on
eye-wise,
LeBron.
yes.
Yeah, I mean when Shohei Ohtani leaves baseball.
And that's the thing. The thing that made me upset when it came to the World Series, when it came to LA and New York, you had the stars there. But the stars for New York didn't show up to make it interesting at all.
Oh no, they
So
lost.
it made it even more boring watching LA play.
That pissed off a lot of Yankee fans.
Like you didn't do nothing. So I'm like, what do you want us to do as fans of a sport that we watched growing up as kids, that was one of probably the most exciting sports growing up as a kid, slowly die off because you don't know how to manage the sport properly, and you're letting it get carried away.
One of my favorite summertime activities was opening the windows, turning on a baseball game, falling asleep by the 3rd inning, waking up by the 7th,
And it'd be a game.
and catching the rest of the game. Like it was just like, hell yeah, this is awesome.
Now it's like,
Now you close your eyes, the whole game's over. You have no idea what the fuck just happened. This guy's thrown out because he did something weird, and this umpire's fighting with this fucking player because that umpire is personally hurt because that player said something that umpire didn't like. It's like, what the fuck? This isn't.
and the fact that the
This is like
umpires
90210.
the umpires were a talking point as much as they were for a season should not happen.
Look at that dumb fuck football umpire that came out and blabbed his mouth about Patrick Mahomes because people were bitching about him favoring Patrick Mahomes and saving his ass on a couple.
The ref should
would-be
not
sacks.
be a focal
That guy
point in the
should
season.
never open his fucking mouth. Like he let the can of worms out big time. That is the dumbest thing he could have did. I guarantee he lost his job with the NFL. Like there's no way they're gonna let him be an official.
No referee should be a talking point for any sport whatsoever.
And most of the referees are like lawyers. So,
Well,
how
the
funny
thing
is that?
the thing is, it's like you can't go out. Why you don't even talk about shit like that? All he did is shut down the rumors. But it's like, why now
Why are you talking?
Why are you talking? Like, you're making yourself look way worse. No, we didn't have anything to do with that game. It's just nonsense. You guys are just sparking controversy. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, everybody
Why
already
are you
knows that.
defending this if it's
They're
not
fucking,
true?
it's
Let it burn
clickbait,
out and
90% of it.
let it just phase out if it's not true.
So obviously this guy's watching the freaking, he's watching social media, he's watching the news, and people are talking about it. He
Because if
shouldn't
it
be
was
looking at that either.
if it was about eyeballs, a
Yeah.
Chargers Detroit Super Bowl would have probably brought the most eyeballs.
Absolutely. Or even a
Char-
Chargers
or
Baltimore AFC championship even.
or Detroit Baltimore.
Yeah.
I meant Detroit Buffalo. Detroit
Who
Buffalo.
was it that NBA referee that had that burner account that got caught talking shit?
Yeah.
NBA?
Yeah, it was
I believe
NBA
so.
referee. I think he had like a burner Twitter account or something like that.
Yeah, there's a
Like,
lot.
what are
of
you
them.
doing?
So this is what our off seasons lead us to.
That's Eric Lewis.
And I want to get back into hockey too.
That's a hard one.
But,
I like
man,
what the Wings are doing with the new coach. That gets me
playing
excited.
fucking hockey.
Yeah, playing real hockey,
Gets
real
me
big
really
boy
excited.
hockey.
But I don't know, man. This is why as much as I love the off season, a few weeks in I end up missing the NFL just because
There's nothing to talk about.
there's not a lot to talk about, right? Like for in baseball, we're talking about if the Dodgers or Yankees lose. In basketball, it's all about LeBron and whoever LeBron wants to talk about at that time. I don't know, man. It's weird to me. Anyways.
You give it about a month, and then you can start talking about draft prospects. Because once the NFL has a Super Bowl, it's everybody's focus is on the draft, and we can start breaking boards down and
we're
stuff.
like 89 or 90 days away from the draft.
Well, that's what I mean. I'm like, you and me, the three of us just need to come up with about 3 or 4 weeks worth of shows, and we're golden.
And
Gold.
we're right back into the draft, baby.
Right back into it.
We're
Yep.
right
Gotta
back
make it to
into the
April.
draft.
Yeah.
Gotta make it to April.
Charles has plenty of aliens and all kinds of stuff, Paul. If you didn't think about it last night, Charles and I went a little deep on it. We got into it a little bit.
Listen, we got a few more weeks
Argue.
of football, and then we got just random topics for a few months, and then we're back into the swing of shit.
Well, you
I like
yeah.
the random topics though. So yesterday
Yeah, they're
I
fun.
found
I love
out-
random topics. It
what
makes
was-
your brain
what was-
think.
what
Oh,
was the
dude, we
number?
freaking Charlie, we can break down so many weirdos on the internet and so many weird things. It's crazy. Sometimes it's creepy too.
300, yeah. So how many pounds of skin
Oh, you
You
lose
shed.
like in a year?
each year? Yeah.
I'm gonna say like 2.5 to 3.
You said pounds?
Yeah.
15.
It's got to be way more than what you think.
15.
I'm gonna say 9.
Oh, wait a minute.
9.
I thought about the wrong one. Anyways, I have
it
that
pounds or
number
tons?
In ounces. I have that number in ounces.
An ounces?
It's 14,000 to 60,000 ounces a year. You lose like one.
You said 14,000 ounces?
Yeah. It's something you lose like 600,000 skin cells an hour.
I'm about to do this math. 14,000.
On the low end.
Oh, it says 1.5 pounds.
So you were right on your first answer. So about 1 to 2 pounds a year.
Yeah. But the way Charles says
That's
it, maybe
wild.
it was way more. 600,000 skin cells an hour. You're just shaking skin cells off when you do
Bro,
that.
dude,
I'm pretty sure I got like about.
No, hold on. Okay.
So what you're
I'm
saying
pretty
is
sure on the
our
bottom
DNA
of
is
my
fucking
foot.
everywhere, Charles. It's everywhere.
Listen.
I'm pretty sure the bottom of my foot carries about a good half of that.
Half pound? Good half
Yeah.
pound. You're talking about all them calluses.
I'm sure my foot has half of that.
You got fucking Fred Flintstone feet over there. Just
Listen.
fucking caveman.
There was one time we went to get a manicure
Wow.
or pedicure,
Dude, what? I was way wrong.
and the lady
I
that
wasn't
was
way
scraping
wrong.
my foot, she had to stand up
Over
and
24.
because my feet were so bad.
She's cheese grading them.
Yes.
What the fuck?
When you know I don't know if you ever got
No,
a pedicure.
I've never had a pedicure.
The first one I went with Maya, I didn't know what the hell they did. And the lady was, scraping the bottom of my foot to get the
I don't even
callus.
like to touch my own fucking
But
feet.
she had to it was so bad, Charles. She had to get up, hold my foot like this.
She held
and
him like a horse.
And I think she
Farrier.
gave up at one point because it was just like, it was too much. And my wife was like, you can't come with me anymore.
You got kicked out. Oh, that would have made.
But
a
go
good
ahead
point.
with your stat.
I get forced on those two. Anyways, it's 30 to 40,000 an hour. Sorry.
Wow.
It's about 1 million skin cells in a 24-hour period.
That's a lot.
That's wild.
That's a lot.
I'm saying. This is what our off seasons are, by the way. It's literally me all week Googling random things, and then we come on the show and talk about it.
1 million skin cells.
I like
in a
that now.
24-hour period.
Now my Google is going to dermatology 101.
Dude, listen.
Thanks,
So,
Don't go
Bang.
see your
Thanks,
doctor.
Bang.
Just
Here's
come
the
on
thing.
Tuesdays.
here's the
And
thing. So I'm pulling up the phone.
Yeah.
I'm pulling up the phone. We're gonna
Hey
go
Bing.
to.
Hey Bing.
We're gonna go to Google. So here we go. My last 2, 4, 5. How much saliva do you produce in ounces per hour and day and year? That was crazy. This will all be next week, by the way. How much skin do you shed per year by pounds? So I did ask the question. I just don't remember.
Yeah,
the
they
answer.
just didn't give you the correct answer.
How many poops a year on average for a healthy human?
For healthy.
That-
Oh,
that's
I think I might know the answer to that one.
You
too. I
do,
can't wait
okay,
for
so here we
tomorrow.
go. I remember the answer. How much poop in pounds per year for the average human? I remember this one. Ready, go.
1.5 tons.
that one, that's a lot of shit.
Oh, that's like 1,000.
I'm gonna need you
pounds.
to
I
get
mean,
checked
I-
out.
I bet you I take. I bet you I take almost 1,000 shits a year.
Do you realize how much a ton of shit is?
Yeah,
Yes,
just
I was-
guess so I could give you the answer. Just
That's
guess.
1.5 tons.
300 pounds.
Okay, yeah, you're much closer. It's 360 pounds a year on
I
average.
Where the
shit-
hell
Bro,
did you get a
Bro,
ton?
you
I
realize
shit
there's only
way
3.
more. I shit way more.
Dude,
than
there's
300.
only 365 days in a year. You're pooping
At least
fucking
once a day.
4 pounds a day?
I
4 pounds?
Dude, I poop like 4 or 5 times.
Dude,
a
What
day.
I
did you
don't-
say?
Average.
What's the average per year?
360. You don't poop a
Oh.
pound a day.
Well, I bet you I do.
I bet
Poop
you
over
I
a pound
do.
a day.
Bro,
I at least take
listen,
2 shits a day.
listen to me. Listen to me.
See,
This is
okay,
the worst thing
okay,
ever,
Carl,
but you need to
okay.
start weighing some of your poop so you get
I'm
back
gonna
to
weigh my
fucking
poop.
reality,
I'm gonna weigh
man.
my poop for this
They
show.
don't weigh that much,
Oh,
dude.
me and Paul.
Poop
me and
doesn't
Paul,
weigh that much,
me-
bro. Haven't you ever
Charles-
pooped in a cup
Charles-
before?
Charles, no, I haven't. Charles, did
Jesus.
you just challenge me and Paul to a poop off?
I don't know. I did. I'm
This is
fucking
what we need to
reality.
do.
You
This
said
is what we
we
need to
need
do.
to weigh our
January 1st
shits.
next year, we're gonna weigh ourselves, okay?
Jesus Christ.
And we're gonna
That's
weigh
better. If we
ourselves
just
That
weigh
don't
January
even
1st.
count either. You got to poop in a fucking bucket and weigh it every damn time. But zero the bucket out before you poop in it.
My wife would not let that happen.
Science.
My wife's not
Science.
gonna let
charge
that.
the poop off? Or you're
I
in
didn't
charge of the
know. I didn't. I'm not fucking charging nothing in the
It's
poop
like,
box.
you guys got to take a
You got it.
photo of your poop.
I send people my poops all the time. They piss me off.
No.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Straight up. You piss me off, I'll send you a picture of my poop. I don't give a fuck. Your mom wears Skechers. I don't care.
I wasn't ready for that.
Listen, I don't know if your mom wears Skechers is like a right, but somebody with Tourette's said it, and if somebody with Tourette's uses it as a like derogatory
Works for
comment,
me.
it's got to be a derogatory comment, because otherwise they wouldn't say it, right? Like that's the
Dude,
math.
that's crazy. See that? I can see how you could poop an entire ton in a year if you were like me. Because it says
No,
that you know how
no.
many pounds
That's
of
the size of an elephant.
you know how many poops, you know how much poop you can store in your colon at one time? 8
No.
to 25 pounds of poop is in your colon at any given time. That is messed up. That's crazy.
If you poop,
I know.
ton
I'm
in
just
1
it's a
year,
joke. Come on. I know I
I'm
can't.
gonna
poop
need you to
fucking
get your
elephant
colon
for
checked.
fuck's sake.
Bro, there's a lot going on if you're dropping 3.2
You
pounds of poop a
you-
day.
You're dropping 3.5
Like-
pound deuces every day because it's
Fuck,
got to be about
that's-
5
that's a
times
little-
what you said. Yeah.
Yeah,
I know. I know.
3.2.
That's why I said 5 poops a day.
Yes.
5 poops that are about yay big.
If
every
you
day.
if you can die from dehydration from too much diarrhea,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Like
I
if you're
know,
pooping
yeah.
if you're pooping 1,000 pounds
I've
in a
been there.
year, you're
I was
dying.
there.
Oh no.
There was one time
Yeah.
I came back from where was I?
I
We
just
came back
I
from a
think I
trip.
just overestimate how big.
Don't
my
worry,
poops
the
are.
other people I asked did the very same thing, and then I'm like, bro, 360. And everyone's like, oh yeah, there's only 365 days in a year. What? How much? I don't fucking poop 2 pounds.
I'm gonna
a
go
day.
ask my wife that and see what she says.
Okay, so then the other one. This is how it all started, right? Okay, so this is what like led.
This
me
was the
to
rabbit
whole
hole.
thing, right? How many pounds of flour is used in America each year?
600.
Oh, I don't remember.
Oh.
I don't know. The average American uses 112 pounds of flour each year.
You know that
Uses.
I know somebody that literally eats flour just with a spoon. And there was this one time we caught her. She had like 5 different brands of flour because she had to taste it for texture and taste. Like, you got a fucking problem.
Yeah, there's people who eat balloons and shit. Yeah. That was on like some TLC shit.
I saw that show, Weird Habits or whatever. People eat the newspaper casing and shit. I'm like, you guys are fucking weird.
132.1 pounds, up 1.3 pounds from 2019. Yeah,
I'm still can't get past the poop thing.
Yeah, I noticed. 24 to 48 ounces per day.
A flour?
That's how much saliva you create.
Nice.
How much?
24 to 48 ounces a day. 28 to 48 ounces a day.
So it's a fast food drink a day.
Unless you're a fast food drink. What the fuck?
No, I'm saying like
Big
the size of a cup. Because most cups are like 32 ounces.
What?
Where?
Down here?
20, venti. Venti, 20.
No, like if you got 32 ounce cups down here.
No, yeah.
No,
He's
16 ounce.
Dude,
This is Texas, bro. This is Texas. This is
He's
different.
talking about him and his Buckies again.
No. This is like the water.
You like them motherfuckers to go in and tape the big gulps together.
No.
It's one gulp.
Honest to God.
He's gonna find one.
God. The Whataburger cups, the
Well, I
mediums
get it.
are
My
the large
coffee
size.
cup at home is 30 ounces, but he's talking about soft drink.
You go to
You go around
McDonald's.
here. A large even at McDonald's, I believe, is like 24.
No, fucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not here.
Well, it's not 100 degrees up here. You don't have to have that much fucking hydration.
No, we don't. We got the everyday
if you're that
average.
Drink, if you're that fucking just jump in a lake.
Now
or
a
something.
medium is 24 ounces.
No,
Yeah,
it
no,
isn't.
yeah,
That's
see,
a
that's
fucking
large.
large.
That is a medium down here, buddy.
Just because you say something out loud doesn't make it true. To the rest of the world, that's a
doesn't
large.
exist.
Texas is different than Michigan.
It's different than the world. We're not even in Michigan. We're in Wisconsin.
You should in where is it? It's between Dairy Queen and Whataburger. They're large, are like about a good 40 to 46 ounces.
If I get a large at Dairy Queen, at best, it's just this tall, skinny, fucking 18-ounce cup. They
bro.
make you think
So
it's 20.
I remember when
It's
McDonald's
fucking
did have
crazy.
the dollar Cokes and they were 32 ounces, but they haven't had that around here in a long time. It's been
Let me
a
see.
while.
Let me see what McDonald's says.
It should be 12, 20, 12, 16, 20 in 24 for us, I guess. Take a wild guess and say
30
that-
ounces.
32 to 42 ounces or even more in some cases, while large ones can hold anywhere. No.
The
Not
McDonald's
around my
large
house.
in the
Yeah.
United States, the large drink in McDonald's is a 30-ounce cup.
Yeah, but that's not everywhere. That's got
It
to be.
says the United States.
Well,
No,
it's
listen
in
to
the
me.
continental United States. correct?
No. I only get. They ain't no way that small as a 16-ounce cup.
No, it's 12. All
You can
12.
eat dick. But I get 1 ounce, 16 ounce, and 21 ounces. There ain't no fucking 30-ounce cups around my ass.
No way. I've seen one.
This
I've
fucking
seen one
cup
before.
ain't 16 ounces, bro. This is the
Little guy.
size of a small.
It's a 12 ouncer right here. Little 12 ouncer.
A 12 ounce is just a regular can of soda.
The fucking.
Right there, the old bubbler.
What is this? It's fucking 8 fluid ounces, 12 fluid ounces right here. And I can't fit all of this into that fucking small. No, you're on acid.
Yeah.
You're all on fucking acid. I
Just
don't
do it.
care.
It's like Carl's do the TikTok one of
Hold
these
on, I
days and
messed
be
up
like,
my camera.
look, that's 10 ounces in that 12-ounce cup.
Hold on, I gotta fix my camera.
Dude, I'm so stoked. Bro, we're gonna be doing RC races. Like we're gonna host fucking like goddamn yeep, yeep, yeep. We're gonna build a dirt track and shit.
I just want to just say Dairy Queen sizes real quick. I just want to say Dairy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
dude.
their regular, right, is 32 ounces,
Yeah.
but they also offer drinks in the 16, 21, and 46 ounce cup.
Where the I've never seen one of these cups before ever. ever in my life. Ever. 30 maybe at McDonald's, but I don't remember anything probably bigger than that.
But their regular large, is 32 ounces. The only place that has them, like, I'm gonna assume
get
everywhere,
it.
is Sonic.
Oh,
they have the
fuck
Route
you.
66.
I'm so fucking mad at this fucking stupid thing. I hate it sometimes.
Cause Sonic has those big ass cups.
Who? A&W does. A&W has ridiculous larges. Now A&W, I'll give you A&W.
Sonic does too.
We don't have no fucking Sonic.
You don't got Sonic up there?
No,
All
I
right,
think it's
okay,
in
yes,
Milwaukee.
we did have Sonic a while ago. So what happened with our Sonic is, how do I put this without being me? Nobody fucking ate there.
Yes.
Their food
Y'all
was
didn't
terrible.
like Sonic?
I know.
Sonic's awful.
A&W, bro.
Midwesterners
A&W.
do not like Sonic.
I'm like, I love A&W.
I love it.
Their burgers are fucking
I love
fantastic.
That's
it.
right. That's like Fuddruckers didn't last in Appleton
Oh, my
very long
wife
either.
hates Fuddruckers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
We're
fuckers.
big Freddy's fans, though, right?
Freddy's fans.
Freddy's
yeah.
is top notch.
Freddy's
Their
is-
fries
Yeah.
is the
Oh my
the
god, dude! The
fucking
smash burgers too, and those fucking what is it?
Ice
the
cream?
Concord.
The
ice
only
cream?
thing I didn't like was the French fries.
They're tiny. I
don't
get it.
give a fuck. With
I
some
get
it.
cheese sauce?
But you throw that cheese sauce on there.
It
right?
makes
I don't know
everything
what
better.
you're talking about. I didn't get no sauce of cheese.
Well, that
What?
sounds like a
No,
you
nobody
problem.
told me. Nobody told me
No,
about the
bro, I get
condiments.
the
They
The
never
cheese
next
said
time
they
you
had
go to
cheese.
Freddy's, you have to get the
I
cheese
just got
sauce for the
fucking
fries.
fries, and I've got a burger. The
You
burger
gotta
was
ask
the burger
them.
was a 10.
Yeah,
but I'm just
no,
saying,
you
and
gotta
the-
Gotta
get
ask
the
them for the
cheese.
cheese
Yeah.
sauce.
Yeah,
The
you
cheese
gotta get
sauce
the
just
cheese
takes it
sauce.
over the top.
Yeah.
Because it's
Get
like
Alright,
two
well,
of
I'll
them
know
so you
this
can put
next
one on the
time.
burger too.
I'll
Because
know
they
this
salted
next
just they salted just right, and then the cheese sauce combination is just
Yeah.
See, well, then maybe this is why
And
I
what
need
I
to
love,
listen more.
and what I love about their ice cream, I love it. If you got to get one of their shakes,
yeah,
and so it comes with the big straw,
correct.
and then you take a drink of it, and it sits on your tongue like a Tootsie Roll for like 1.2 seconds, and then melts like water, and it's just this explosion
Maya likes
of
their
flavor.
ice cream sandwiches, their Oreo ice cream
okay.
sandwich. They love those.
Yeah,
She loves
yeah,
those.
You
right
gotta,
there.
yeah, you got to get their shakes. Next time you go on a hot
No,
fucking
I got
day,
one.
dude.
I got a shake.
Yeah, I'm
The
telling
shake?
you, they are.
Oh no,
Yeah,
I get their shakes all the
yeah,
goddamn
oh my
time.
God, they're so
Everything about Freddy is delicious.
We
Yeah,
haven't.
yeah.
We I go past there every
Old Navy
day
guy
on the way to work.
Old
and
Navy guy created that.
it's freaking yeah. It's on the bag. I love
It's
it.
Yeah,
and this is the
yeah.
thing. Like when
Inside
somebody
of
said,
those buildings are cool too. They got a bunch of.
this is the
historical
thing that
photos and
pisses me
shit.
off about it's not about Freddy's, about people that complain about Freddy's. They go,
Yeah.
what's expensive? You want to
No,
talk about
it's not.
expensive?
No, it's not.
Five Guys is expensive. you
Five
bag
Guys
of
is
shit.
expensive. My wife and her family, they love
Bro,
Five Guys. That's where they
that
go on
was-
their fucking family.
It
But
was
it is-
cheaper for us to go
Freddy's is
there than it was to
legit.
go to Culver's. So it was not expensive.
Yeah, it's way cheaper to go to Freddy's than it is
Yeah.
Culver's. And you
Listen,
ain't got to wait as long at Freddy's.
I'm
as you do
taking
at
Freddy's
Culver's.
over Culver's. I'm
Well,
just
not
saying.
only that, when I said I would like a shake with this, the first thing that we almost said it at the same time. What kind of shake? Shake? Oh, okay. What kind of shake do you want? She was right on top of it. I'm like, see, you go to other places.
Freddy's
What kind of
is-
fucking soda do you want, you asshole? That's what I feel like they're saying.
Like-
they're not saying it like that, but that's how I
Freddy's-
feel.
And the one thing you ain't got to worry about McDonald's, I mean, at Freddy's like you do at McDonald's, the ice cream machine is always working.
Oh yeah.
It's always working.
Yeah, it's a pretty intense world out there. But welcome to the off-season shows, my friends.
This is what you get.
Yep.
Eat a little bit of everything. Sports.
Yep. Next week we'll do a little bit of sports. I think we'll have probably 15 minutes of sports. Shout out to Michigan and Oregon for beating the national champions. Well done. Of course, anybody else who thinks differently, hashtag BetterHelp.
Better.
I think that'll do really, really good for you. And this year, I do have this year's ending tag. We did it last night for last night's episode. I think we're just going to shoot for that with season 3. I like how it comes out. I think that's just what we're going to have to do. I think it'll be about an 11-second outro though, because of the way I really, put it out there. So, anybody else got anything they want to add?
It's been a good year so far.
It's been a great year so far.
You know what I'm saying?
Wife's surgery went well.
That's
just
great.
Just got back from the follow-up appointment.
My wife got me this.
Yeah,
That
you
looks
got
great.
cool shit. You got two
Yeah,
cool digs
man,
on over
it's
there.
a little half and half Cubs Bears jersey hoodie,
Yeah.
you know, with my name on the back,
It's you, new
my
coach,
favorite number, you know.
new coach, new
My
you.
my wife is just shout out to my wife. Like she just gets me, you know. I can be a dumbass sometimes, but you know, she stuck with me for the last 8 years, married and dating, and I'm like, I couldn't ask for a better partner. She gets me. And she gets my shenanigans. Sometimes I get on her nerves, but I'm like, shout out to wives that just get it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, when you're in one of those, it really is. It's magical. It's I was telling you the other day. I don't know how I got this far, but I know if there are guardian angels, they're very grateful for our lives because our lives are so much different.
Listen, my child would be
Oh,
looking like
yeah, I don't think
my
you could
child
really.
would
I
look
don't
like
think
a
you made it
boy.
through. I don't think I would have made it through.
My child would look like a boy if it wasn't for my wife. If it wasn't for my child would look like a boy.
No judgment.
I'm like, she would be a through and through tomboy. She still kind of is, but you know, her girly tendencies are starting to flourish now because you know she's getting
Nice.
older. But
Yeah.
I don't know how to do hair,
That's
so
fine. There's plenty of women on there that on TikTok that put dudes in their place, and those are the people
that's
that I
gonna be
just
my
love
child.
watching. I love watching their lives, and they literally just rip like football. One of them was a Vikings fan, and she ripped people apart. Like she goes, "You don't know ball," and guys like "F you," and she's like, "Okay, come on."
That's the part I don't
She,
understand. I'm
yeah,
like,
there's a
that's your
lot of
comeback
women.
for
There's a lot of women
all
that
this.
know ball, like football. Oh my god,
My
it's
It
child,
does.
crazy.
It does shock me when I
Yeah.
come across them. If I'm being honest, not because don't think it's possible, but because I don't understand why you take the time to do the dumb shit.
I think it's because they were single children and they grew up around their fathers and they just
I'm
just
like,
be a guy.
Bunch of
Olivia
them.
watches Olivia. Like there was one night, I think it
Opportunity.
was the one night that we played on Sunday night. She went to bed, and I went to go kiss her goodnight, and she was watching the game to go to sleep. Like
Yeah.
she wants to know when the Bulls be playing. She wants to know when the Cubs play. Like my child is invested now, like in sports with me, and I finally just it warms my little heart. And it just sucks that she has to follow in my misery.
Hey, but think she's young enough now. You might actually have a couple years of success where you get to witness it and share it with her when she's still
I
a
pray.
teenager or old enough to be like, I remember when we won, and you
The
can be like,
Cubs went through
yes.
generations before anyone had that ability.
Hundred
Well,
and eight
I'm
years.
not saying it's the Cubs.
I
I'm
am.
like,
Maybe the Bears.
I'm like,
I am. No, I'm saying the Bears are the Cubs.
as of right now, yes.
Listen here. The final thing I got to say about that, and I said it in chat, and I meant it. The Bears needed to find a Ditka, and they got a cheerleader. I mean,
We're gonna see. We're gonna see.
it blew my mind. I was so bummed when I saw that. Actually, as a Packer fan, though, I was fucking ecstatic. I was like,
Well,
this guy's got it 3.
But nobody's more upset than Detroit.
Yeah. See,
Nobody is more upset.
see
than
Buddy
Detroit.
Brent there. I hope your wife cheats on you.
Honestly, I think that the entire Detroit Lions coaching staff, oh man, he's got his hands full.
When I tell you the amount of people that have been cussing out Ben Johnson in the last 24 hours,
Yeah.
probably
Sucks
for the
for
rest
them.
of the week, they are crashing out in Detroit.
Well,
it's
they
hardcore.
have to.
They are crashing.
Way too many of their fans went and got Super Bowl tattoos.
Well, right,
Some of
you
them
got
had to
it.
do a
Speaking of
cover
which,
up.
we didn't have to get a Super Bowl tattoo.
I do not.
We win
I,
another bet. Charles and I win.
I
Congratulations,
never
bud.
make a bet I'm going to lose. It just happens sometimes. This wasn't one of those times.
Watching Detroit crash out, the city of Detroit crash out, and it's
For them to leave early in the third quarter, they could never be back to the playoffs. Like, what the fuck are these people doing, bro? It took them 50 years to get here, and now they leave like they've been here every year. It's like, whoa.
Can I?
Interesting.
Do you want to hear a really funny fact?
Of course.
Up until he let both of their coaches decided to start taking
interviews.
and before the game was played last week, Detroit was the number 2 favorited team to win the Super Bowl next season. You know where they are now?
15.
12th.
Yeah, they are past 10 now. Yeah, they were like 11, I believe. And that all has to do with the fact that nobody's got any faith in the coaching staff anymore.
Not only that, but I don't have faith in the guy driving the ship. When you don't have faith in the guy driving the ship.
So how many more years does Campbell got?
With Caleb Williams, probably 10. It's the Lions. They're going to fuck that up.
Yeah, as long as that attitude, that bite your kneecap attitude is still there, they'll keep him around.
As long as he cries every time they lose, they're going to keep him around. Like,
we're going to do better. We'll fix it.
The book,
our window's not closed.
The book isn't written on Caleb. It's sent to the publisher. We're just throwing this out here.
Yeah, what does Detroit have in the behind Goff? They literally put in a guy that fucking was bagging groceries or gambling. Wasn't he coaching or something?
Yeah, he was coaching his high school championship.
What happened to Hendon Hooker? Teddy Bridgewater comes in the game. Why did Hendon Hooker not come in? He's your backup. He's the guy you drafted to take over for Goff. It made no sense to me.
And from what I've heard a few places, that Ben Johnson is going to try to bring Hooker over to Chicago somehow, some way.
That doesn't surprise me.
But back up Caleb.
Back up to Caleb. And I mean, honestly,
I'm down to back up Caleb. To take over for Caleb. Bro can't throw it to an open wide receiver right now.
Listen, just win a game. I don't give a fuck who's the quarterback.
I agree.
We see who's not on my wall.
This is still a bunch of
still on the door.
This is a bunch of question marks around the Chicago Bears until we see what that draft class begins with, and ends with. I reserve judgment just with Charles. I say that until that, the boat is still sinking.
Well, and I want to
Detroit or Chicago.
I want to see
in Detroit, it's already collapsing. This is the Titanic right now for Detroit.
We're on lifeboats. What do you mean?
You're on lifeboats. We're
the trying
Titanic
to just make it to land.
Rose is giving everybody the middle finger, and Jack is taking a giant shit in the ocean. That's what Detroit's got.
We're trying to build Titanic too.
Yeah, I think it'll be a little better than that. Yeah. I just
it all depends on free agency and the draft. That's all I got right now. I can't jump on the ship yet.
There's more hype for people coming off of Dan Campbell's staff than there was ever for people coming off of Bill Belichick's staff. And Bill Belichick won 6 fucking Super Bowls.
How the hell did Josh McDaniels get rehired as the OC again?
Oh yeah, he's at the Patriots too. I'm just throwing that out there, right? Like Ben didn't do anything different with Jared that McVay didn't do. In fact, it took Ben longer to get Jared back to a playoff form for him to fumble it in the playoffs, because that's what Jared is, than it did McVay. When Jared was playing for the Rams during the regular season, that dude was great. But when it mattered, he continued to hurt the team. And this is exactly what happened against Washington. That's why I think
they overlooked Washington too. They look.
How's that possible? You got Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell wouldn't let you overlook that, right?
So Ben Johnson has been an offensive coordinator in the NFL for 7 years.
Nice.
I mean, it's not like the guy's not been a coach. So he joined the Lions in 2019. Oh no, he was a coach for 7 years in Miami, and then he's been 12 years. He's been an offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like the guy doesn't have experience. I won't sit there and say the guy doesn't know football.
Well, no, that's not what I'm saying.
Head coaching experience is different than an OC.
Well,
but Josh McDaniels won a Super Bowl with Tom Brady.
Right.
And he was a terrible head coach.
I'm not saying direct success. Offensive coordinators tend to have more success than defensive-minded coaches, though.
I enjoy who you are as a person, Patrick.
I shouldn't say sustained success, but they have had success.
What I mean by that is, on this show, way more often than not, you are the friendly voice to the dying fan.
Hey, I like to be optimistic for my friend down here.
You very much are. And I give you a hard time sometimes. I do, because you are a fan of our fans as well. There are times you get on me about
we got
the
people
Lions.
That listen to it that are Bears fans, that are Lions
fans, and Lions,
Packers
absolutely.
fans, and even probably a Vikings fan here and there too. I mean, it's hard sometimes. Like
I only know one Viking fan.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really talk to any of them. But
I know one.
I do know one.
In fact, a lot of the times they come and talk on my Facebook like
they
think
know you.
I forgot that they existed. Yeah. In fact, no, I made it for you.
Oh, now you made me understand why I don't like talking to you again. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me why I'm not friends with any of you.
That's why you're at the back of my mind and not in the forefront.
But
You know what? You need to, Paul. The next time somebody comments on one of your Facebook pages and they say something stupid, just be like, "Do you have a page that I can come to and spew absolutely bullshit nonsense at? Because I'd really love to give you guys something to talk about."
what I've been saying lately, and I don't know if you can take it, but what I've been saying lately is, where's your blue check mark? Which almost always comes back with something about blah, 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 blah.
They always talk about, well, you had to pay for it.
And then I reply back with, that sounds exactly like somebody who can't afford it would say.
So, that's what poor people say.
That's just something ugly people say. Right? And it works every fucking
The amount of people that keep telling me, like, hey, who are you? I'm like, you're nobody. But yet here you are having a whole 10-minute conversation with me.
I'm real. According to the internet, I have a blue check mark. I am an actual human being.
I got verified.
According to the internet, the guy thinks that you are a bot.
Well, he's a verified bot.
Verified bot.
I'm a smart fucking robot.
Because listen,
Hey,
they
you gotta tell
had to
me.
verify
You gotta
my
tell me what you
driver's
want.
license, everything.
Yes. When
I can't
just change my profile picture. Yeah, I got to send it into them.
They gotta approve it.
They got to approve it.
How come when I paid for the Instagram, I didn't get the Facebook for free? Because I got in this promo program. I was supposed to get both of them.
Because you needed to get the Facebook with the Instagram, not Instagram with Facebook.
Yeah.
So yes, but I understand that. But I was like,
No, I know it's fucked up.
It's
Dude.
bullshit, is what I'm saying. I'm
I'm
saying they told it to me. Like,
Don't tell me that shit, Rex.
The way that my
Charlie, sorry.
dyslexic
Chat calls me
brain
Rex.
read it.
Chat calls me Rex.
Dyslexia Rex here.
Yeah. No, chat calls me Rex. That's one of my
The
game
one that I
words.
do love the most.
What's
When
that?
they'll talk to me, talk all their shit, try to
Yeah.
get me under my skin, which they fail every single time because
Yeah.
your shit talking skills are just terrible.
I get upset when I forget that I was even talking to you.
And then they want to be like,
Come
"Well,
back
I'm
to
gonna
later."
stop talking to you because you're just using me for money." What the fuck you thought I was doing? You thought I was being friendly with you for what?
What do you want? A fucking cookie? Like,
You figured? Did you not know how social media works?
It's like the people who leave a comment "bye" before they leave. Like, okay,
You don't
helped
gotta
me.
announce yourself.
You helped me just before you left.
Paul, you really need to start using some of these lines that Charles and I say, like the one about you remind me of the type of person that eats fucking onions like apples. Just
Send them
start
to
saying,
me.
start saying shit like that to people, and they're just gonna come back like, "What the hell are you talking about?" And go,
Send them to me,
"If you
and I will
don't get
add
it, you
them.
shouldn't have fucking opened your mouth."
You know what's a really good one? Your mom wears Nikes.
Look. I know you can't see what
I
it
see
says.
words.
Oh, I know.
I don't know
These
what
are
they
all
say.
insults
I couldn't be.
that I've saved from people. Either somebody said it,
The
or
guy
I
that-
thought.
Charles, the guy that's got the dad jokes over here has got a fucking page he's scrolling of like
of insults, and
This
then
is
if I
really good.
see,
I'm gonna fucking yeah.
and then every time somebody
love it,
says
though.
something,
I
like
love it.
even
I
if
love
they
it here.
insult me, I'll be like, "Yo, that's a good one. Let me hold on to that."
I get that. Hey,
that's how most of the internet works. 'Cause
Dude,
there
you
are
could do an entire stand-up routine with all that.
there are so many Will Ferrells out there, and what I mean by that is like I'll be just swimming along the internet doing my thing, and then somebody I'll piss somebody off, and then they'll say something
And it's
that
so
has
clever.
nothing to do with anything at all. But I know you're saying it because it pissed you off one time, and you think because it pissed you off, it's going to piss everybody else off. So you just use it, and it was wrong, right?
And you
Like
used
the
it at the wrong time.
when in Rome fucking statement ever.
Not
So
work.
100% of the time, I reply back with, "You're not as smart as you think you are."
Listen, there was this one that I used, and when I tell you, he messaged me with the most disdain, like just pissed offness. I said, "Where is it? Oh, come on, where are you? Where are you?"
You know what the best one is? Literally just start linking the words of the day from Steve Brule from what is it, Adult Swim back in the day.
Yeah,
I roll,
yeah.
folks. Oh, I came up with a Chinese accent like that. You guys hear me? I'm really sexy right now. Like the shit that it comes out of his mouth, John C. Riley.
Yeah.
Oh man, fantastic.
I'm trying to find it.
When you get really mad, I'll send you to BetterHelp. I will. I'll straight tag BetterHelp. right in the comments, right in the section, and then
Fuck, they'll be a sponsor by the end of
I
the show if we
hope
keep mentioning it. I love it.
I hope your day gets better. I tell them. And hand to God.
Oh, I told him, hey, I need you
Yeah.
to shut up and zip up your coochie.
Oh man, the insults.
You should have sent back. Somebody's being a naughty carrot.
Like I enjoy the back and forth, and the fact that like they just don't understand. Like your words don't do anything to my soul.
No, I'm 100%. Two hand to God moments here. Sorry, I got to bring you back to the one. I used the BetterHelp because somebody used it on me wrong, and I went, oh my God, this is great, but this is how you're supposed to use it. And I know they used it wrong because I was like, go to bed, old man. And because I was talking to the president, and they're like, rah, 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 you're angry. Hashtag BetterHelp. And I went,
Thanks for that one.
reading comprehension is hard for some people, but thumbs up. And then like I just move along. But like I'll be on the shitter fucking with people, and then I'll be done shitting, and then it'll be like 2 hours. It'll be 2 hours, and I'm like,
oh, you're still here.
Fuck. So like sometimes they're so good, and I'm like, oh man, you're still here. And then I'll put it, and they come back. I'm like, oh cool, yay.
Let's like okay. So we have all established I'm not Republican or Democrat, right? That's a given at
The
this
fact
point.
that it bothers people what
Like,
you say makes me I can't wrap my head around what the fuck is wrong with people. Why are people so invested in stuff that has nothing to do with them?
Like you can stop reading something halfway through.
Like you said last week, you don't have to be a fan.
Well,
you can stop being a fan. You don't have to comment.
These are the same people that I expect go into a parking space, park crooked, and then get out of the car, look at it, shrug their shoulders. You can fucking back up and repark the goddamn car. These are the type of people that read these comments and comment on it, even though they know it pisses them off.
Even further, I'll get out of the car. I turn around to look to make sure I park good every time. And if I'm not parked good, I'm pissed because nothing inside of me will let me continue on until I get back in the car.
I can't be crooked. I cannot be crooked.
At Sam's Club, Mandy one time looked at the lines and she's like, we're over the line. What do you want me to do about it? There's no room for me. Well, I'm still going to fucking move it because it's bothering me. OCD got the best of me again.
It's the handicap for me. When I park in handicapped, they're like, well, you don't look handicapped. Well, please explain to me. What does a handicapped person look like?
I didn't know your job was giving these out.
Were you the one at the desk at the DMV that gave it to me?
Weird.
I don't. You look different.
You clearly know what disabled looks like. Or wait a minute.
You should have.
You mean I don't look retarded?
Am I in your
spot? You mean I don't look retarded? Oh, sorry.
Retarded.
Sorry, I don't look retarded.
He was like, "Well, you're not limping. You have all your limbs."
No shit.
Oh, so because you can't physically see.
And blind people still have fucking eyes too. So
deaf people.
It's like I was just.
They just use their hands.
Right?
Side note, I'm pretty pissed off. There's this family I follow. It's a dad. They've got a deaf daughter and whatnot. And
I think I know who you're talking about.
they use like this cold clear implant.
And they use the light switch to let them know when they're coming in the
room. Yeah. I thought that was super cool. I was like, oh fuck yeah, that makes sense. But anyways, turns out like I guess that his daughter was denied access to some Facebook deaf group because she has a hearing implant, and technically that makes her not deaf.
Pretty sure she's still deaf because she has that in there.
Somebody who can advocate and help people is not allowed to be on there because
how does that even make
disability
sense?
doesn't meet your criteria.
Yeah. So that made me pretty upset. But anyway, I wish
Dude, what the fuck is that?
I wish I remembered the name, but anywho, if you do, it's I think they're
people are weird. People are weird.
They're from Alabama. They're super cool.
I know who you're talking about. Like they have. I love their content. They are super cool.
Yeah, good people.
But for that to happen is retarded.
That was super fucked up. It pissed me off.
Wait, can I say that still? Is that allowed?
Oh no, we're trying this new thing. Apparently, freedom of speech is back.
All right, okay.
So I figured the last couple minutes we would say something stupid and see what happens.
I don't think it's gonna matter at this point.
Nobody's gonna
fuck it.
But I guess our freedom of speech. I guess for the most part, our freedom of speech.
Well, apparently, that was a discussion that happened on one of my posts. They were like, "Well, now you can say whatever you want." Well, first of all, I could say whatever I want
Yeah.
whenever
Oh, yeah,
I
no.
wanted to. First of all,
It was-
number one.
It was really funny, right? Like, 'cause I was watching the news, and they're like, "Now people are going to call people retarded again," and I'm like,
Y'all weren't doing that already?
I don't think the people that were calling people retarded ever stopped calling people retarded. I don't think it ever
Well,
stopped.
and in my entire life, like I've never been a part of a conversation where like retard was the conversation
No.
Listen, in the being
as a
deployed,
disability,
just
right?
being deployed alone.
Yeah.
Fag, gay, retarded,
Yeah,
idiot,
right,
all that
right.
non.
But we were using it to like demeanor the asshole who was going after
not
the
making
impaired.
fun of.
Right. Like
It was like a derogatory term for somebody being an ignorant asshole.
For the longest time, I thought you were just a douchebag if somebody was calling you.
Yeah,
retarded.
douchebag. That goes in the
That's
same
it.
category.
That's
Yeah,
how
like,
my
I
brain
just-
worked.
Right.
Douche.
Right. I was like, oh,
Douche
okay.
canoe.
Well,
Douche
don't-
canoe.
You're a
yeah.
dick, basically.
Yeah, no, I'm a
Dick,
dick.
asshole.
No,
prick.
I'm just saying, if somebody calls you
Cocksucker.
retarded, you're being a dick.
Oh,
Yeah, there was a
You
lot
know,
of words.
it's in that same like that.
Well,
same
I guess,
little umbrella.
yeah. I mean, I guess
know-
to you, yes, and to Patrick, yes. To me, as a dick, I'm hurt, but it's fine. I'll move on.
You're not a dick.
But-
You're a wonderful human
I
being
am.
with a beautiful soul.
No, I'm a dick.
Okay.
You can't be me without being a dick.
I'm
It's
like,
just-
I'm an asshole, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
None of us on this show ever claimed to be fucking saints by any means. So
Not even
anybody who's
close.
ever listened to us, Paul, already knows who the three of us
Listen,
are.
you know what you're getting.
Four of us
You,
are.
you,
We
you
are
either
who
like
we
it or you
are.
love
We
it.
We don't sugarcoat it. That's what makes the show fucking great.
Either you take it what you want, take it with a grain of salt, or if you don't like it, listen, you could just leave, and somebody else will take your place. I promise. I truly enjoy though being a troll because it's like one of the most wonderful pastimes in the morning, especially especially when they're on their way to work and I get to just possibly ruin their day. Like that's just
You never ruin their day. Somebody always does this to themselves. It's your choice to get angry. It's your choice to get mad.
It's your choice to continue this conversation.
Yeah, they do it to themselves. Fuck them.
But I'll take it though, because it helps pay the bills.
All right. I got an army buddy calling me.
All right,
He needs
broskies.
some help. So listen, this is how we're gonna end this. I love you guys.
Love you.
And for everyone out there, I want you to know that we are not alone. We have never been alone. The answers are out there. All right.
Vice malafai, what I hear typically when you ride. She lost back in the child, cause the mind all rest of the blind. Yeah, go now, betting your life.